Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning in Cambodia. It's a North Carolina party in the chat or anywhere that starts with C and ends with A. Anyone here from Canada or Costa Rica or Cuba? There's so many. Hi, everybody. Happy New Year. I hope you are feeling fresh and ready to go. I feel like this is an excellent burst onto the new year sort of a tune. Blinded by the Light. So in this live stream video, or if you're watching from the future, we are going to learn how to play the full version of Blinded by the Light, the MANFRED MANN'S EARTH Band version. That's the really well-known one. This song was actually written by Bruce Springsteen, and his version is quite different. I thought about teaching that one too, but the rhythm, there's so much weird rhythm stuff happening in the really popular version, and it's really different from the Bruce Springsteen one, so I decided just to stick to the MANFRED Mann version for this live stream. So what I'm gonna do is show you, like, it seems up front, it seems really simple. It's almost the same, it's the same four chords almost the whole time. So I'm going to show you like how you can play it really simply if you don't want to delve into like the full in-depth kind of thing with all the different rhythm changes and with the trippy solo bridge that happens in the middle. I'll show you how you can play like just a really simple version of it first, and then we'll get into all these different rhythm changes, because there's a lot of kind of fun stuff that you can do, and you can choose, you can stick to the way that MANFRED Mann has arranged it with the different rhythms, or you can pick whichever one you like and you can mix it up and do it yourself how you like to. And while I'm talking, I'm going to put the chord shapes up for this arrangement. So this is in the original key of MANFRED Mann. If you're curious, the Bruce Springsteen version is in E, so it's a half step down from MANFRED Mann. This is in F. Yeah, that's it. So we'll look at the chord shapes. Here they are. The different strums, the main chord pattern you need. And then for like the other different chord patterns that happen during the song, I'm going to put up the lyric sections because it also shows you which kind of strum rhythm we're using for all of the different rhythm sections in those lyric things. And all of the little things that I'm putting on the screen today are from the PDF digital downloadable printable arrangement that I make for members on Ko-fi. So if you want to get the full arrangement of this song, then you can join as a monthly member on Ko-fi. The link's in the caption, and you access the whole library. We just surpassed 500 song titles in the library. Woohoo! Ooh, can I make the party thing go off? The microphone might be in my way. Wait a minute. There's a trigger on Apple. No, it's not working. Okay. Anyway, hi, everybody. Hi. Also, if you're watching from the future, there's timestamps below for all the different parts of the lesson. So if you want to skip around, you can do that. Or if you need to go back later and practice some things or review something again, it's going to be all there. I have to add them afterwards. Okay, so we are using, for the simple version of this song, we're just going to use the first, these first four chords, and then like either one of these C's is okay. The one that's in the written arrangement and the lyric section is the C suspended 4. So for the simple version, we want B flat, A minor, G minor, F. And then we have a C or C suspended 4. Usually in the arrangement that I made, it's C suspended 4. So that is a C chord. You're going to want to play it with a different finger than usual. I'm using my ring finger. And then the first fret, the E string. So this is C suspended 4. So if you're going to play just a basic version of it, those are the chords that you need. And the main chord riff is this one. Hang on. But we might as well touch on the rest of the chords before we start talking about the main riff. D minor, F major 7, and D minor 7. The only time we use those three chords is in the solo bridge, the trippy solo guitar solo bridge part that we'll talk about later. But for most of the song, we're playing this main chord pattern. B flat for 4, A minor for 4, G minor for 4, and F for 4. And I'm going to go ahead and put up the strum patterns that we're using today that are recommended. You do whatever you want, but this is how we're going to navigate this song with all the different rhythms that are in it. So the first one, we have just a plain down up strum. Down up, down up, down up, down up. So if we play this down up, down up, down up, down up strum with these chords, it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. Blinded by the light. You can already start to hear it, right? And when we have a really saturated strum pattern like this with a lot of sounds and motions in it, it's just that ongoing down up, down up, down up, down up, down up, down up. You want to keep it pretty light, and it will also help to emphasize a particular beat of the strum. In this song, it stylistically sounds good to emphasize the first beat. So this first down, you'll give it a little more emphasis than the rest of the pattern. Down, up, 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 G minor. B flat. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to give it a little more like rhythm, make it a little more rhythmic, because you're doing that same thing constantly. It's a bit much. The second one down is the island strum, but it's chunky. So down, chunk up, chunk up. Down, chunk up, chunk up. So if we play that strum with these chords, it will sound like this. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, B flat, A minor, down, chunk up, F. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. So I would say those are the two simplest strum patterns to do for this song, and you can play the whole song just using either one of these two strum patterns, and you'll be fine. But if you want to mix up the rhythms a little bit, we're going to also use this third strum pattern, down, up, chunk up, up. And these last two ups are more like a flick. You're not going to make that much sound when you play these two up strums. It's more like a flick. So this is down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up. And the thing is, when this happens in the song, they're playing halftime, but it's just, so I could notate this differently that would be more accurate. But for us, for our purposes today, it's just simpler for me to keep it in the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And this is actually a subdivided beat, but it's masquerading as a divided beat today because it's just more simple and straightforward to leave it within this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and thing, instead of going, okay, now we're playing halftime, and this is going to be 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4. It's just a bit easier to notate it this way. So with these chords again, this strum will sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up on the B flat. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. Down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up. And let me turn off the chord shape so you can see my hand better. Okay. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. So if you want to play just a really basic, simple version of this song, you're playing this chord pattern for all of the choruses, all of the verses, except for one little spot, which is at the end of the verse. I'm just making sure it does it every time. I'm pretty sure it does it every time. Yeah. So at the end of every verse, we've got this thing where he repeats the last line of lyrics. So in the first verse, it's the calliope crash to the ground. The calliope crash to the ground. And then there's kind of a... Here, let me put it up and you can see it. I'm really explaining it, but I can actually just show it to you at the same time. Let me get this off of my face. Okay. So this is verse 1. And we'll go over it more thoroughly later, but we got this line, the calliope crash to the ground, that happens at the end. And then there's a little teeny bit of an interlude with the chord riff. And then when he comes back to sing it again, the calliope crashed to the ground, but she was... And then we go into the chorus. At the end of every verse, there's a line repeated. And for this line repeated, we're playing a C chord. So you can choose just regular C if you want. Or you can use C suspended 4, which I prefer because it has a bit more of like a, what's the word? Like a anticipatory feeling. It really leads you into the chorus. So this last little bit, and this is me I'm just teaching you like the most basic way to play it if you don't want to get into the more complicated rest of the song. This is that little bit of the lesson. So I'm going to play from here with the very, I can't see it, with the very unpleasing sneezing, and go into this just to show you how to do that end of the verse. And then we're going to get into like more of the full-on version. Let me see. And I'm going to use, right now for all intensive purposes, I'm just going to use the island strum for this part with the very unpleasing. Down, chunk up, down. With a very unpleasing sneezing and a wheezing, the calliope crashed to the ground. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. Now we're gonna play the C suspended 4. The calliope crashed to the ground, but she was blinded. And then you're back to the regular chord pattern to play the chorus. So that is like the most simple way to play it. You're just going to play these 4 chords for like the whole song. And the only time you're switching up for the whole song, for all of the verses and choruses. If you just want to sing the choruses and verses, you just want to have a little sing-along thing, keep it simple. You're just playing these 4 chords and you're going to add that C suspended 4 at the end of verses to sing that repeated line. So if you're really interested in the storytelling and the lyrics of this song, like the full Bruce Springsteen version has more verses, more lyrics than the Manfred Mann version. And they're really interesting lyrics. This is giving me like a Beck vibe. Like they're just very random, colorful, interesting lyrics. If you want to sing all of the Bruce Springsteen verses, this is a good way to do it, using just this simple version. But if we're gonna get into like the wild Manfred Mann version, we gotta do some other things. So we're gonna go kind of part by part now. I'll show you the intro and the first chorus, and I'll show you how these rhythm changes happen with the different strums. So what's interesting about this song is that we start on the A minor. We're starting on the second chord of the riff, which I don't know what, it's a thing. So throughout the PDF and throughout these images that are on the screen, there's little notations for which strum pattern you can use. Throughout the song, it changes up quite a bit, the rhythm. And you can follow these suggestions, or you can do whatever is comfortable for you. But we're going to follow these suggestions today because it's the way that Manfred Mann arranged the song. So for the intro, we've got the down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up strum. Then when the chorus comes in, we're keeping that kind of feeling. And throughout this arrangement, whenever you see the down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up strum, you could also just strum a down strum on the first chord, the first beat of each chord. If you want to keep it a little bit simpler, it still has the same kind of feeling as the original song. And then you can see in the middle of this first chorus, we're going to change. We're going to change rhythm to that kind of subdivided beat feeling. It sounds like the tempo slows down a bit. It sort of does. No, don't listen to me when I say that. It's just the rhythm changes, so it gives the feeling of slowing down. So this is the down, up, chunk, up, up. So I'm going to play this, and you can follow along with me if you want, or you can just listen and check out how it is. And then if you want to later, you can go back and try it, practice it, rewind it, check it out. Let me think. I'm going to try to take it a little bit slower than the real regular version. So we're doing down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up on the A minor, go. A minor, G minor, F, B flat, A minor, G minor, F. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. So you can see how we get to the end of the second line. We're going to switch immediately. And you'll hear it now when you go back and listen to this, or if you hear it in your head now or whatever. You might be blinded by the light of that revelation. Ah, that's what they do there. That's why it sounds different. You can really hear that rhythm change in the original track. What was I going to note? There was something I was going to note. I know. Just a note, incidentally, I tend to do almost do this last down up for each chord as a chunk up because it helps to do the chord switch. Down up, down up, down up, chunk up, down up, down up, down up, chunk up, down up, down up, down up, chunk up, down up, down up, down up, chunk up. This it's like a palm mute chunk thing that helps stabilize the uke a little bit when you switch chords. So if it sounds different to you what you're doing compared to what I'm doing, that might be why. So let me see what's next. The next is verse 1 lyrics, which we've already looked at a little bit. Now we're going to look at the whole thing. So when we leave the first chorus and we're doing the down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, we're still doing that rhythm for the beginning of verse 1. And you'll find, let me see if it's the same. Each one's the same. Yeah. So for every verse, I don't have all of the verses with the lyrics on the screen today because they're pretty much the same. They're just same rhythmically and chord-wise. So for each verse in this song, 1, 2, and 3, we're doing that same kind of rhythm. We're going to start with down, up, chunk up. And then where does it switch? Right. When we get to the anticipatory part, where we're playing the C for the repeated lyric, then we're going to pick up the rhythmic pace and switch to the chunky island strum. So I'm going to play verse 1. and sing it. And you can see this switch. I'm going to make this switch on the C to the island strum. Up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up. Oh my gosh, I can barely see these. I got to follow my iPad because I can barely see the lyrics on my own screen right now. Down, up, down, up, chunk up on the B flat. Batman, dramas, bummers, Indians, and summers with a teenage diplomat. In the dumps with the mumps as the adolescent bumps his way into his head. With the boulder on my shoulder, feeling kinda older, trip the merry-go-round. With this very unpleasant sneezing and a wheezing, the calliope crashed to the ground. B flat. Okay, here comes island strum. The calliope crashed to the ground, but she was blinded by the light. And we're to the first chorus. Did I put this? Let me see. Because we got another rhythm change. But I don't think I did. Wait. Oh, I didn't grab it. Hold on, let me grab this really quick so you can see it. Because we're going to change the rhythm again. So I want you to see. Let me do this. It'll take me 1 second. While you're waiting on me, could you please hit the like button? That would be awesome. I missed one little image. Because I want you to see this change from the calliope crash to the ground to the blinded by the light. Because we're switching rhythm again. Do-do-do. And so what you can do is if you don't want to do all these complicated, sort of confusing rhythm changes, you can just play island strum the whole time for the whole thing. Totally fine. Or you can play the down, up, chunk up one. Either one. Choose what you want to do. Okay, here we go. Incoming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there, it's on my face. Okay, so this is, I just clipped off of the PDF. We got the end of verse 1 going into the first chorus. So you can see at the top it says down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Because again, in the song, everything kind of pulls back, like the beat kind of drops out. It's just the band. And we've got this sort of suspenseful feeling. So we're doing, on the C suspended 4, the down, the chunky island strum, down, chunk up, chunk up. And when we get to the beginning of the chorus, it's the down, up, 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 down, up. Or just a down strum if you want. Blinded by the light. So I'm going to go from the calliope crash to the ground here on the end of the verse and play through the first chorus. And for this chorus, when we get to the last line, we've got another rhythm switch to the subdivided, the slower one, the slower rhythm, down, up, chunk up, up. So you can see how this gets to be a bit, it gets to be a bit convoluted, right? But this is how this band, I think, managed to make a huge hit out of this song, because they put all these different, I mean, this is like a night out at Studio 54 or something, right? It's just everything. You're going from like happy hour until sunrise in this song. Because all these different rhythm changes. It's a bit much, but we like to keep it real here. I like to do these in-depth versions so you can really play the song how it's really intended to be played. So from here, the calliope crashed to the ground. So we're on the down, up, chunk up, down, up, chunk up, G minor, F. Now the island strum. She was blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner. Here's a switch. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Some silicone sister with a manager, mister. So this switch is setting you up to play the verse the same way that we play it every time, which is with the the slower rhythmic pace. It's a lot, I know. That's why it helps to get the PDF. If you want to get just the PDF, you don't want to join as a member, you can check out the shop on Coffee Chew. There's some freebies there, and you can pick up just the song sheet. Okay? I'm gonna have water break. Any questions, let me know. I'm just so excited that the Wi-Fi is holding up, knock on wood. Okay, so this chorus, so far we've done intro, first chorus, verse 1, and then the second chorus. Verse 2 is pretty much just the same as verse 1, but it's got different lyrics, of course. So after verse 2, we're playing this chorus, which is a little bit different because it's setting us up to go into the weird interlude solo bridge section. So it's going to have a different kind of abrupt ending. So for this chorus, we're still playing the B flat, A minor, G minor, F one time. And when we get to the second line here, we've got the B flat like usual. And then we're going to use just down strums for this A minor, D minor thing. So this is A minor on the 1 and D minor on the and of 2. If you haven't seen many of my notations, whenever there's chord changes that happen in the middle of a beat, I like to use hyphens to designate the different parts of the beat. So this is A minor 1 and then there's another hyphen that's for the 2, and the D minor comes on the and of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then these D minors that are notated here, there's actually no chord in the original version. They're just suspending the D minor that's been played right after the A minor. But it lasts for this amount of time. It's D minor for 4 and then for 2 more before we go into the interlude with the C. So there's really just a pause here, and I'm showing you how long that pause is. So we have A minor on 1, D minor the and of 2, and then we're kind of holding that out for another bar and a half before going to the C. So I'm going to show you, actually wait, I'll go over this first before I show you. So when we get to the interlude, this is the she got down but she never got tired. We have C for 8. This is C for 1 bar, C for 1 bar. B flat for 4 and F for 4. And then we have C for 8 again and D minor for 4. I'm just making sure I said that right before we go on. Yeah. So after this D minor, we're getting into the trippy solo bridge right away, which is coming up in just a second. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to play this for you so you can see what it sounds like. So we're using down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up here. And when we get to the A minor, we're just using a down strum. And also for this interlude section, just a down strum. On the chorus. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and B flat. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light. She got down, but she never got tired. She's gonna make it to the night. She's gonna make it through the night. And now I'm gonna count a little bit so it's more clear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Blinded by the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And she got down, but she never got tired. She's gonna make it to the 9, 2, 3, 4. Make it 2, 3, 4 through the night. Maybe more clear, maybe less clear. The thing is here, I mean, it's a bit free. You can take your time after the D minor. Take your time with the interlude as you like. Blinded by the 1 and 2 and 3. A minor, D minor, 1 and 2 and 3. A minor, D minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Just trying to make that more clear. Okay, Trippy solo bridge is kind of a mess. It's sort of straightforward. It's kind of not. This is one of those songs when I said that I was going to do it. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty simple, right? Seems like it's just same 4 chords the whole time. Oh, totally forgot about the bridge. So let's see. All of the bridge, we're going to play with the down, up, chunk, up, up. So we're coming off of that D minor from the interlude. We've got C for 4, B flat for 8, D minor for 8. And then we've got this 2 lines that we're going to repeat several times. F for 4, F major 7 for 4, D minor for 4, D minor 7 for 4. B flat for 8 and D minor for 8. And we repeat those 2 lines 4 times. And then they continue, but we got some lyrics in them, so it looks a little bit different. This is actually the same pattern again, 2 more times, but he starts to sing something, so I've got the lyrics laid out too. And then we're going to get to another kind of interlude thing with down strums. Mom always told me not to look into the eyes of the sun. We've got D minor for 4, C for 4, B flat for 8, D minor for 8, B flat for 4, and then we're back to the regular pattern with this B flat on. That's where the fun is. Let me see how to go through this. And then down here, this interlude with the regular chords is when they're playing chopsticks on the piano. It's just the regular chord pattern, and we're still in that same slower strum rhythm pattern, the down, up, chunk, up, up. Or if you want, you can do the down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that little chopsticks thing is going to lead us into the final verse, verse 3. So I'm going to play, this is going to take a while, all 4 of these. So I'm going to play, this whole thing. It's kind of slow, so we'll get through it. I always get confused down here with this lyric thing, so let's see how it goes. I haven't played it today. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, chunk, up, down, up, chunk, up on the C. Down, up, chunk, up. C, B flat, D minor. Hold on a second. I need a tissue and it's really bothering me. Like, I can't play this whole thing. Okay, live TV. Starting with the C again. Down, up, chunk, up, down, up, chunk, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, B flat, D minor. F major 7, D minor. D minor 7, B flat. We get a lot of practice with this because we're going to do it 3 more times. So here's time number 2, F major 7, D minor, D minor 7, B flat, D minor. And again, this is the 3rd time. I gotta keep track. D minor, D minor 7, B flat, D minor. The last time before lyrics. D minor, D minor 7, B flat, D minor. Okay, now we're to this right here. F major 7, D minor, D minor 7. Oh gosh, here come lyrics. But mama, that's where the fun is. D minor, D minor 7, B flat. But mama, that's where the fun is. Mama always told me not to look into the eyes of the sun. But mama, that's where the fun is. So we're gonna bring it back. We're bringing back the regular chord pattern. Two more times. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. Verse 3, I don't know what the lyric is. I don't have it up here. Some brimstone, baritone, anticyclone, rolling stone. Okay. Trippy part over, trippy solo bridge over. The last thing that I want to show you before we play the whole thing, Lord help me, is the outro chorus. Because it's a little, it's things that we've seen before, but we're going to do them a little bit differently for the ending. So we've got that, this is the final chorus after verse 3. We've got this chorus thing that we've done before with that little A minor, D minor thing we did in the interlude a while ago. So the thing is, this is very long. This chorus that they bring back at the end, we're going to do the blinded by the light line 8 times. So yeah, it's a lot. What they do in the arrangement is they add in, as you can see down here, this final chorus is overlapped with verse 1 and 2 lyrics. So they've got kind of in the background, I didn't include them here, but you may if you like. In the background, over or under this, the blinded by the light lyric, somebody's singing verse 1 and verse 2 again. And there's actually even more lyrics thrown in. I didn't put it on the sheet because it's a bit confusing. And you can choose how you want to do it, as always. So we've got a lot of that chorus line because they're squeezing that verse 1 and 2 lyric back into the song at the same time. So you can play the chorus line as much as you want, or you can sing verse 1 and 2 again if you want. And then we're going to do that abrupt stop, blinded by the light, with the A minor, D minor. The pause is a little bit shorter than it was before we go into this slow down strum kind of thing for the outro, the she got down part again. So we're playing the chorus like usual, the A minor, D minor switch thing, and then we have C for 8, B flat for 8, and we end the song on F. So I'll play this little bit for you. I'm not going to play the chorus line 8 times. I'll just do it. I'll do it twice, and then we'll go to this one with the A minor, D minor. Let me see. What are we on? Yeah, and this chorus is a bit... Wait, do we usually do that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this chorus is a bit hectic. This whole section's a bit hectic. If you want to use, I've got down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up marked, but if you want to use like the island strum, you can too. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the B flat. Here we go. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce. Okay, I'm gonna do the other line, the next line. Blinded by the light. She got down, but she never got tired. She's gonna make it through the night. The end, yay. This pause with the D minor, technically it's this A minor is 1, D minor comes on the end of 2, and the D minor stays for 3, 4, 1, 2, 2 more beats before going to the C. But you can take that pause how you want to. You can take your time with it. It's not so important to keep the counts there, but that's just technically, that's how it's laid out if you're following the original production. Okay, so I'm going to attempt now to play the whole entire thing. And I wish I could put a beat on, but there's so many changes with stuff in it and like extra bars in some places and stuff like this that it's just better if I just play it with no beat. But let me see. What I'll do is I will put on the screen, I will put like an example of a lyric and a chorus. Do, 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 do. And where is the chorus? Oh, I've got to put the bridge up too. How about I'll turn on the bridge later when we get to it because it's so big on the screen. That goes for the ending too. Let's put, where's the verse here? So if you're following along a little bit without using the PDF, then this is my guideline for you. But just mostly we're doing that B flat, A minor, G minor thing, F thing. Okay. And we'll have everybody have a coffee and water break before this begins because it's like a 7-minute song. Okay. And also let's give it some vibe, put a little chorus on it. To turn everything up a little bit when I put the effects on. Okay, here we go. Oh Lord, here we go. Everyone pray for Brooke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, go slow down a little bit because I'll end up speeding up anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming in on the A minor. A minor. B flat. A minor. G minor. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Actually, in the original, the lyrics fade out here, but you can sing it if you want. Verse 1. Man, drummers, bummers, Indians, and summers with a teenage diplomat. In the dumps where the mumps as the adolescent bumps his way into his head. With a boulder on my shoulder, feeling kinda older, trip the merry-go-round. With this very unblazing, sneezing, and a wheezing, the calliope crashed to the ground. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. We're gonna switch. The calliope crashed to the ground, but she was blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night, blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night, blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night, blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Some silicone sister with a manager mister told me I got what it takes. She said, I'll turn you on, son, into something strong. Play the song with the funky break. And a go-kart boat, so I was checking out the weather chart to see if it was safe outside. And little early Pearly came by, this curly whirly, and asked me if I needed a ride. Take a break. Okay, the C. Asked me if I needed a ride, but she was blinded by the light. Revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night, blinded by the light. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. She got down, but she never got tired. She's gonna make it to the night. She's gonna make it through the night. C, B flat. I said I was gonna put it up, didn't I? Wait, here it comes. But you can see how that switch happens pretty quickly. She's gonna make it through the night. D minor, C, B flat. And everyone gets to chill out. B flat, D minor. So we're on number 2 time through of this F major 7 thing. D minor 7, B flat, D minor 3. I like this little progression. And here's time 4. B flat. F major 7, D minor, D minor 7. Here comes some lyrics. But mama, that's where the fun is. B flat. And again. But mama, that's where the fun is. Mama always told me not to look into the eyes of the sun. But mama, that's where the fun is. A minor, G minor, F. Here comes chopsticks. B flat, A minor, G minor, F. I gotta go to verse 3. Some brimstone baritone, anti-slacking rolling stone preacher from the east says dethrone the dictaphone, hit it in his funny bone. That's where they expected the least. And some new mon chaperone was standing in the corner watching the young girls dance. And some fresh bone stone was messing with his frozen bone, binding an romance. flat. Ooh, we're on the island strum. G minor, I forgot about that. F. C. Might have loved her for mess, but she was blinded by the light. Revved up like a deuce, another run around the night. Blinded by the light. Revved up like a deuce, another run around the night. Blinded by the light. This is 3. Revved up like a deuce, another run around the night. Blinded by the light. Revved up like a deuce, another run around the night. Here's 5. This is 6. Is that right? Blinded by the light. This is 7. And here's 8. Blinded by the light. Revved up like a deuce, another run around the night. Blinded by the light. She got down, but she never got tired. She's gonna make it through the night. Yay, we did it. We did it. I think I might have a lyric wrong on the sheet. I'm not sure. Wait, let me see something. Okay, go back and switch. This one. No, not that one. The end of reminding him of romance. The end of verse 3. I think maybe it's not repeated. Oh, you're welcome, Michael. Thanks to Rain. Woohoo, we did it. Wait, let me check. I think it is the Calliope crushed to the ground again, actually. At the end of verse 3, reminding him of romance. They don't repeat that lyric. I think it's I think it is the Calliope crashed to the ground again. They come full circle with that, with the Calliope. Raise your hand if you always thought that was Calliope. I didn't even know that was. I didn't know. If I saw that word, I would think Calliope. And then when I arranged this, I'm like, oh, that's what he says. Oh, and that's how you say that word too. Okay, got it. Thanks. Yeah, I think it is that one repeated. When I started singing that, reminding him of romance, and then I saw it coming up, I'm like, wait a minute, is this supposed to be reminding him of romance again? Because usually they repeat the last lyric of the verse, but they didn't. They come back around and say Calliope crashed to the ground again. Yeah. Isn't it fun? This song gets used so much in soundtracks, I think, because of that intro. The intro is so exciting. This song always reminds me of the movie Blow, because they use it in Blow. And I think it is very much a Coke song. Anyone? Thoughts? Anyone? I'm going to ask Bruce Springsteen what he was writing about. So it's one of those songs that it's nice to revisit it kind of for the first time again, like listen to it for the first time. And a great way to do that is to break it down little by little and go, hey, how did they do this? How did they make it sound the way that it sounds? And to actually see what the lyrics are, because it's so wordy and it's such an interesting set of lyrics. Okay, there's my EQ. What else was I going to say? Oh, I did this. This is a song that definitely a few years ago, I probably wouldn't have had like the skill set yet to really break it down and teach it. Or I wouldn't have thought about like tackling it, because I may have been in a mindset where I thought, oh, I don't know if I can arrange that yet. And now I can. So that's cool. It's cool to see that progression. It's cool to see like your own progression of work as it happens. So I'm really glad this is on the channel now. I think I could have done a simple version of it before, but showing the whole thing, that's cool. And the reason it came up was because I watched I watched a Netflix documentary about Clive Davis, and this was kind of like when Bruce Springsteen wrote this song, it's because he got a push from Clive Davis to write a hit. He's like, you need her. And that was Clive Davis's thing was kind of like a hit maker. He was a hit maker. He wanted to have hit songs. He wanted to release songs that were going to be, huge popular music hits. And it's really interesting. He kind of said to Bruce Springsteen, like, you got to write something that's going to hit. And sort of pushed, however you want to say it, Bruce Springsteen into like, bringing something that was going to be. What's interesting is like this is a version, he did write a hit song. He wrote it. He did write a hit song, Bruce Springsteen. Somebody else recorded it and made it to the huge hit that it is. The Bruce Springsteen version sounds quite different from the Manfred Mann's Earth Band version. And when I watched that documentary, that was the first time that I knew that this was a song by Bruce Springsteen, actually. And I thought, what? I mean, it was like a record scratch moment. What? Bruce Springsteen wrote this? And I thought, okay, maybe it's time. We got to put this on the channel because this song is really cool and it has this kind of interesting history. Sometimes someone else's perspective on a song can, change the life of the song. And now it's this massive kind of popular music hit. Gets used in movies a lot. Whew. And we did it. Yay. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, especially if you stuck out to the end. I hope you have fun playing this one. And I will see you soon with another live stream lesson. Yeah, peace out, everybody. Happy strumming. Stay funky. Bye-bye.